coming up, but head coach Sean Miller's joined us here courtside. I'll go back to what I asked you, Coach, before the ball game, because you talked to it about your team today, and that was use three words: drive the ball, get into the lane. It seemed to be that's when good things happened tonight.
Yeah, I'll start with our defensive effort. The one thing you always try to have a gauge on is how hard your guys are playing. It's not a given that you're going to get that maximum 100%, 100 miles an hour maximum effort in every game that you play. And I thought tonight our guys gave it everything that they had. I mean, maybe down the stretch we wore down just a little bit, and that's reflective of our defense. I think that Montana didn't necessarily have a bad night. They're a very good basketball team, have some terrific guards, but we worked really hard defensively, and I think made it tough. And they earned their points, which is a real credit to our team because, coming off the Baylor game, you really don't know what to expect because you kind of can lose everything in a game like that. Your confidence, maybe your will to a certain degree, but we really had our will tonight, and I think that's a great sign. Our defense, like I said, you have to give it a letter grade. I would give it a high B and A because we were connected, and a lot of guys did a great job. Dylan Smith did not have a great night statistically, but he's starting to take over that role of kind of Kadeem Allen. You watch him guard the other team's best perimeter player, and he's really, I don't know if he could play any harder defensively than he did, and with that, it's contagious. So that's number one. And then offensively, we're a work in progress. We just have to keep getting better. Chase had a good night tonight. We had our moments, but 16 turnovers, and just a couple guys need that confidence pill, all of a sudden walk out there and believe that when you shoot it, it's going to go in, and that would help a lot.
Montana came in as the seventh best shooting team in the nation. They end up at a shade under 27%. To go back to your defense for a moment, it just seemed that your guys, and I don't know how many times they switched or not, and you mentioned Dylan Smith, always had a hand in the face of the shooter tonight.
He did, and that's not one of those, hey, Dylan did a great job because he didn't have his night offensively, so you're trying to say good things about him because deep down maybe you're worried about his confidence. No, his impact on the game and how hard he played and what he did defensively for the minutes that he played was outstanding. Challenging shots, talking, drawing charges, chasing cutters, and he didn't guard just one perimeter player. Whatever perimeter player he guarded throughout the game, he wore on them, and that's a credit to Dylan. He's worked really hard, and you start to see it. I remember watching Kyle Fogg become that guy for our team a long time ago. Nick Johnson and TJ were that guy. Kadeem Allen certainly became that player in the last year and a half he was here. And I think Dylan having that role, it's really, really important for our defense and for our team. But he was outstanding. And, we wanted him to take good shots and play within himself on offense. And then all of a sudden we have a really good, experienced player out there.
One other guy I wanted to ask you about, because last week, you mentioned at one of your press conferences how much you need Ira Lee, how much this team needs Ira Lee to be an effective guy off the bench. In 12 minutes tonight, he has 7 points, 6 rebounds, did not commit a foul in the ball game as well. Is that a good example of what you'd like to see from him?
For sure. And, Ira just needs to slow down on offense. We've talked to him a lot about it. He almost plays defense and offense the same. He's a 100-mile-an-hour type of guy. And he practices as hard as anyone that we've ever had. He has a great attitude. He's a tremendous teammate. And I don't know if I've ever seen those qualities not eventually translate into a game. And it's great to see him rebound like that. We need him for sure. And he's a big, big part of our team's future for sure.
All right. Thanks, Coach. We'll see you Saturday. Head coach Sean Miller here courtside as the Wildcats beat Montana 61-42. Arizona improving to 8-4 on the season.